It's July 25, today 25th, 25, how you say it. This is all of my melon varieties that I'm growing. Sadly, this one, Sakata, I don't think I'm gonna get any melons. I have some female blossom, but the fruits, they look like that they are not getting pollinated. But this is one of my mistakes. This bed doesn't get as much sun as I expected, so the melons are not doing the great. But I do have a nice Noir de Carmes. I'm keeping one melon per vine because the vine is quite small, and like I said, they don't get much sun, so I'll just gonna keep one melon per vine. The white powder you see is just diatomaceous earth that I use because I use these little organza bags to protect the fruit, and then I put some of that powder to prevent bugs from making their nest where the bag closed up. So this is my Noir de Carmes, looking at decent size, in between golf ball and tennis ball. Then we move closer to this side. We have the Gnadenfeld. It's another cantaloupe. It's slightly misshaped, more large than, but again, I'm keeping just this one because the location wasn't the perfect location for melons. This bed actually I'm gonna turn it into some berries, maybe strawberries or something else, because it doesn't get that much sun, and also it's very close to the hedge, and it's a my hedge right here. You see, it's like a, I guess, like a 60-year-old hedge. So even if you see it's small, it's like you look inside that canopy. It's like big trunks. So the trees all here, it's all roots that keep going. So it's not prime location for this kind of crops. So anyway, this is the Gnadenfeld. Now let's move on. These are two that I'm sure I'm gonna get. Now another couple that I'll get, it's the Zatta melon, also known as brutto ma buono, ugly but good. We have a nice decent size here growing. Let me move the leaves and show it to you. This is normal to be misshapen. It's like how it is. It's like brutto ma buono means ugly but good. So it's quite normal to have ugly looking fruits, but it's a nice tasting fruit. Now let's move to the other side here, and we have our new variety. So if you've been following me, I already harvested one of these. So I saved the seeds from a Montreal melon. So it's, let's call 50% Montreal melon. The other half, I'm pretty sure it got cross-pollinated with the Noir de Carmes. Why? It's because when it ripe, you see the dark rind here, it turns yellow. And the only melon that I had grown in the past that does that is the Noir de Carmes. So it's quite interesting to have this variety that is like a, how do you say, half and half. It still has, if you see, it has the little nylon on it. It's gonna be ready soon. It was quite tasty, the one that I got, and hopefully I save the seeds. If it's a stable cross, then it's very nice. Then I get my own variety. We'll see. We'll know only next year if the seeds that I plant still produce the same kind of fruits. Then maybe we might hope to have a new cross, a new variety. Right here we have our Charentais variety. I have quite lots of fruits, as you can see. I removed this from the netting just to show you. It's a nice, beautiful size, heavy melon. I got 4 of them on this vine. They're still not ready, but maybe a couple of weeks. This is like the French variety of melons. It has a bit of damage here from early cucumber beetles infestation, but I'm gonna get a nice crop from this. 4 just on these vines. Then I have other vines with like 1 or 2 each. Now let's pass to the watermelon. So this was for the cantaloupes and muskmelon kind of fruits. Now for the watermelon, I have this. I think the name is sweet Duchess. Duchess. As you can see, I hope it was just lack of water, that it was not like bacterial wilt. It doesn't look too great, the vine, but the melon, it's a small melon. This was just a pollinator for a seedless variety that I'm going to show you next. So I didn't grow it for the actual fruit. Its job was to pollinate my seedless watermelon. So it's not a big deal if I lose the vine. Now I have it did its job. But you can see the vine right here. It's suffering. Bacterial wilt, I don't think it actually doesn't really bother usually watermelon, usually more on cantaloupes and obviously cucumbers and stuff. But anyway, if we look at the vine, right here I have the tendril, here it's dry. The next one here is drying up, and the closest to the fruit it's still a bit green, but yellowing at the tip. So hopefully we're gonna get to taste also this variety. For sure it's gonna be edible. It's a seeded one. But now for my main crop of the year, it's the seedless uh, watermelon that it's called Favorite Bowl. So I got 2 of them. One vine produced 2. I had another vine, but I had problem early on, and I don't know if it's gonna produce. Anyway, I got one protected there by the milk crate. Here I removed one of the milk crate. You can see it's growing nice. Nice sound. Nice big fruit. I can't wait to try it. This is a seedless one. So we'll see how it goes. Now, for the last watermelon variety, I have to bring you up right there on the roof of my garage. So I'll see you soon. All right, so we are on the roof of my garage. The experiment worked. These plants have been watering by, as you see, I have the gutter. Beside the rain that falls on the roof, I also have a gutter that empties water here, and then supposedly it goes down there. But there is some lower sides where you can see the collection of that debris in there. So it makes like a water reservoir, and we have a Rubens melon right there, of which I still didn't find the fruit. I'm gonna look later, but we already saw the Rubens before, those Cantaloupe, those French Charentais variety. So I'm not worried about that. I have plenty of them. This is my other watermelon variety that I'm growing. So we have the pollinator I show you, the one that had the problem of wilting, that has that small watermelon, but I didn't grow it for the fruit itself, so it's doing what it's doing. Then we have the seedless that I show you. We have 2 growing nicely, and then we have this one that is called a sweet favorite. It's an oblong watermelon, very sweet, beautiful, beautiful fruit, very tasty, but with seeds. So it's a little bit, you know, you have to work around the seeds. I actually have a video on my channel. If you see the biggest watermelon, when I cut it open, is really crimson red inside. It was this variety, so it's a nice watermelon to grow. And let's go see the fruit. I'm keeping 1 fruit per plant, and look at that. That's just a beauty, growing right up here on the roof. I even put a little netting. It's not necessary because up here there's really minor bugs problem, but it got pollinated by bees. They came up here. I came up here a couple of weeks ago, remove all of the female flower that I found. Some fruits, you can see the burn tips. I think that's why I put these boards. If the flower actually touches the roof, it's so hot that they actually get burned. But anyway, yeah, you can see it right here. The fruit is on top of the board. Well, it's a 2x2. It's well attached. I have a milk crate also supporting a bit of the vine. The grow bag is right there. But the fruit, by now you can see the sounds really developing nice. This one is going to double up easily by the end of the season. It's going to mature beautifully up here with all the warm weather. And definitely I will call it a success. No matter what happens, sorry for the camera, no matter what happens, I'm going to work on this system because I had zero worry about it, about watering it. It always had water. It always had water. I don't have to worry about a deer going after it or like squirrels. And I'm probably gonna look into expanding. I have another portion of the roof that is flat where I could use. And up here is very hot. The plant looks very healthy. I don't see any fungus. There's no, the morning dew usually probably is more down there. So being more exposed to the heat of the day, more exposed to the wind, it just looks all around. It looks just a more happy plant. The only worry I had is when the water pooled. That's why I put these two boards to keep some portion of the plant up so that it doesn't rot. But otherwise, it's definitely a success. So hopefully nothing major is going to happen. We're going to get to cut it open and I'm going to share with you so you can see it. So those are my varieties of melons for now. So thanks for watching. Take care. Oh, and I forgot, here a bonus clip. This is a cream of Saskatchewan watermelon. Is the one that I put against my fireplace on the black square pots down there. And it grew up, it climbed up, and there's a small little fruit here. And a nice developed fruit right here. A bit misshapen, but feels quite solid, so should be good. And that's it. No more.